You are a pink or a light purple jelly bean in the jar. I appreciate every single one of you. Today, we're going to look at the Bitcoin price, Ethereum price, altcoins, and what's going on with the general crypto market. Once again, we are still trapped in the mental illness zone. How long has it been? Since March 2023 this year. If we get the ruler out and see how long have we been in this area, 168 days. We have been here before. We are in the Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle fractal. That's what it seems to be telling us right now. I don't want to jinx it. I hope we don't go down lower and it turns out that we're getting scammed the whole time. But it is what it is. We are now waiting to see what the next prints are going to be as we continue along this cycle. And one of the themes that we've been seeing has been macroeconomics. When you hear macro, there are a lot of things it incorporates. It could incorporate the price of the bonds. It could incorporate the stock market. It could incorporate the currencies, the major currencies. The biggest currency in the world, friends, is the US dollar. DXY. The Dixie. You love the Dixie, don't you? Settle down. It's a family-friendly show. The Dixie, little old Dixie boy here. This is a weekly chart, friends. Remember W for friendship? Well, this is a weekly chart. If we zoom in here, this is 6 green candles in a row. So that's why we might have had a bit of backlash. So just to freshen you up, when the US dollar goes up, that is a sign of tightening. That is bad, okay? So that is tight, right? When the US dollar goes up, why? It's because everybody in their world has debts in US dollars. So if you make a US dollar more expensive, their debts become more painful. For example, if you had a debt to me of 1 Bitcoin, and then I made the price of Bitcoin 5 million cybernetic hornet's nest dollars tomorrow, you're like, oh my God, I owe you $5 million because the price of 1 Bitcoin is now 5 million. What do I do? Well, see, now that's painful, right? It's the same thing with the US dollar. And conversely, if the US dollar goes down, people are free. They fly like the dove. Fly, right? It's stimulations, okay? With consent, of course. These don't move like what we saw in 2022. In 2022, we saw a gargantuan, giant freaking move in the US dollar. This is the biggest currency in the world. It's trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. It's the biggest in the world. Something like 80 trillion. I mean, it's insane. It's literally the biggest thing in the world. And this was such a big move. That's why we all got destroyed last year. So I don't know where we're going to stand, what's going to happen, but maybe we just stay in this sideways zone for years. This is what governments want. They don't want to move around the currencies too much because then everybody starts getting worried about whether they're moving too fast or too slow. All right. So this is what's been one of the key themes going on. So I'm hoping that the US dollar kind of just screws around. This is what we need. If the US dollar starts going up, it usually coincides with the stock market going down and crypto going down. So we're hoping that the US dollar, the DXY, just settles out, chills out, doesn't do anything too rash, and they get it under control. And the theme going on is with the US Federal Reserve, the overlords, right? So I hear mentioned to you, even though the US Fed said they are not budging. So at the Jackson Booty Hole Symposium that just happened, Jay Powell came out and said, we're not budging. Inflation 2%. We need more time. He came out with the iron fist. I'd like you to know that they're full of crap. I have been saying they're full of crap for a long time. They even know they're full of crap. You read their language, don't bother, you'll fall asleep. But they even know it's a fugazi. They go off expectations. They want us to not front run the stimulus yet. That's it. They want inflation to come down. They want the data to print so they can go and cheer to the newspapers. They can't tell to newspapers and media, hey, we've won, when the data says 4%. And you'll be wondering, right, there's a CPI data and there's a core inflation data where they trim off the excess energy, they trim off excess costs of food, energy, etc. From the index. And that's still around 4.2%. So they want to get that down much lower. And we're hoping it gets lower. We've got to wait month by month, get the data come down. But even then, I'll tell you something, you don't even need the data to come down. If the US bonds start going down, the US bonds, right, and the US DXY starts going up, then they'll know, we got to start acting now. So it's not like they just wait for the data willy-nilly. They will actually act if they have to. And something to share with you. Did you know that Blackrock, BlackBerry, owned by Lazar the Lizard Man, they are a Trojan horse in the crypto industry? Let me show you this information. BlackBerry is a major shareholder in 4 out of the 5 largest Bitcoin miners. Golly gee, What a coincidence. They must love Bitcoin so much, right next to the money printers, right? So to let you know, right, if you own a miner, a Bitcoin miner, right, BTC, if you own a BB miner, okay, you are minting money. You are producing money in the world, right? I know we don't see it like that. We're seeing them just like, we're making a poop coin to dump. No, they're actually minting money. They are minting money outside of the US and financial system that we know and love today, right? That's tongue in cheek. That's why they want to control it. They're getting close to the printer. Once they own the Bitcoin miners, then the government can get their tentacles around the locations, which they already know, and they can control. They can make sure that they have the voting rights. They have everything that they can with consensus. They do this over time. They don't go and fight guns blazing. It is a long-term game. This is what's going on. They're not here to buy our bags up to $400,000 Bitcoin. And you know, I want to be wrong. But I'm still leaning towards 70% of a scam. What are you leaning towards? You know, I saw in some comments, okay, some of my baby dolls said, hey, I don't think Bitcoin's going to go to $80,000. You're going to cost everybody their retirement. You should not, listen to yourself. And I'd just like to remind you for the 10th time. I mean, this is the 400th time, but I'll say this again. 70% chance is not equal to 100% chance. So if I think today that there's a 70% chance we stop at Bitcoin 80K, I don't get out everything. I get out 70%. I get out 70%. All right. If you owned one Bitcoin, sell 0.7, leave your 0.3. Okay, maybe it goes to $5 million in the next 60 days. You might say to me, hey, I think there's a 30% chance we get scammed and a 70% chance we get up. Okay, then you're only going to sell 30%. If you wanted to execute this plan based off probabilities, that's what it is. You're just adjusting for your probabilities. If you said to me, there is a 0% chance this is going to happen, well, you're in a pickle, aren't you? Because if it does happen, you've round-tripped 5.5 years of your life, and you're going to be coming for the government to arrest Michael Saylor for telling you it was going to $5 million. And I'm going to be on Twitter defending the guy because I'm going to be telling you that you're all wrecked plebs and you should have been liking, subscribing, pressing the bell button and all with your pointy elbows. I hope I make myself clear. I know I do, okay? This dude, we got to check his DNA, friends. I don't think there's red blood in there. I think it's a bit of blue in there. And God bless Davey Ann. I was looking for this video. I just want you to sit here and enjoy. What girls think guys want?
What think guys want?
Oh yeah, baby. This is what we actually want. Yeah. This is what we're here for. Get these temptresses out. Okay, this is what we're actually here for. We want to see a rising green candle, leaving the red candles behind. Very important detail to go there, okay? And what's going on out there with the crowd sentiment? I like to observe what's going on. Signals appear on the front of my screen, and what does the average person does? The average person will see this and go, hate it, move around, sit down. Put your fluffy slippers on. We can interpret this information. It is being sent our way. There's a signal out there. I am seeing many charts like this. This is the chart of BNB, the Binance coin. It's around $220 now, or 217, whatever it is. And they all have a chart just going all the way down, a further 90% drop. So it would be basically like a 98% drop from the top. This is what everybody has been charting. Everybody just believes in the Ponzi collapse. You see, FTX was the theme of the end of 2022. FTX, run by Soy Bankman-Fried, having his little nerdy orgy sex in Bahamas, that was running a Ponzi. They overstretched too much. Something I know about markets, no one gets a free pass. No one gets a free pass. In last year's bear market, it went for everybody. Everybody withdrew their money everywhere. And now we've realized, okay, the market's actually standing on its legs. There is an industry here. But people are still living in the past. They want it to collapse. Why? It's because their buy signals have not been hit. Everybody's got a different buy signal. And if you look at the soy pencil neck sidelined people with stablecoins, there is almost no point where they'll buy. They want to buy at, they'd rather buy BNB at $600 than anywhere between it. Okay, not that this person's going to buy it, but I'm just seeing all these fear porn, these charts going down for everything. We like to see this because it means the weakest of the weak are out. It really does mean that. Now, it doesn't mean we can't go lower. Hey, it can be wrong. We can just get a big raid tomorrow and it's all over. It can still happen. But this, on average, if you roll the dice 1,000 times, you're going to get, 95% of the time, you're going to be good, right? 90%. It tilts the odds in your favor. So everybody has a BNB price target to the floor. Bitcoin, right? Their Bitcoin targets, what I'm seeing here, if we go back to my little cute super trend, their Bitcoin targets that I'm seeing most of the time is down to minimum, everyone's got 22K, minimum. So if you notice, that would actually flip the weekly super trend red. We would actually enter red again. All right, and then we would usher in like another 6 months basically of a bear market. Everybody has this, another fear porn and chart porn they have that we go down. Oh, and then we V-bottom, yay! You know where they got that from, friends? They are reliving moments of the past. They are reliving the fluke of history where we had a zombie virus, unexpected, and then infinite money printing. Do you see that? The tick of justice. Yay! This is where every single altcoin went down and you had 1, 2, 3, 4. You had 5 weeks to sit there and decide whether these things were going to zero or not. As they were printing money, as the stock market's recovering, as everybody's making videos to hold your hand. But if you go back in history, that's not similar at all to any other part of crypto history. So yeah, can we see 2 out of 2 times? We can, absolutely. Never say never. But they're betting on something that has not happened frequently before. So everybody has fear porn here. Sometimes don't get too caught up in this. Some people have the exact low, then go up. Some people have break the low and then go up. Everybody has that. But it feels like if we actually did go there, we're actually dead for like another year. I don't know why. It just feels like that, which kind of means that it's now or never. The Fed is really close to stopping these interest rate hikes, their whole Ponzi scamming. And it might be funny, once again, to see another part of macro break before crypto. We might see that because crypto already wiped everybody out in 2022. Now, everybody left is just basically strong hands. We're all the copers now. So we might see the US dollar crack something. We might see the US bonds crack something. Something's going to crack somewhere. That's what we might see on the horizon. So don't forget, when you see a lot of this engagement posting, it is exactly that. These fear porn or things going down, they're just for views, they're for engagement. Why? But why does that happen? You want to know the why? I'm here to give you the why. It's because the retailers are sidelined. That's what they want to see, man. That's what they want to see. Just like how at the top of the bull market, I wanted to see a $200,000 Bitcoin. So I was watching all of those charts. All right. That's what I wanted to see. Now, what does everybody want to see? They want to see this going down. Okay, that tells you one thing. Why do they love this? It's because they got stablecoins to deploy. They're like, ooh, my time is coming up, isn't it? These people are wishing for everybody to go bankrupt so they can go money and have a big transfer of wealth. But what they don't know is that already happened last year. They just don't believe it. They just don't believe it. So you're going to sit tight. We're going to wait. We're going to watch macro. We're going to appear as every other day, friends. Just rock up, show up, keep working your job, keep fighting the good fight. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Tell mom and dad we're still going to make it. We appreciate every single one of you. Doesn't matter how squeaky your chair is. There is a brighter future tomorrow. Catch you in the next one.